What's happening, YouTube? Today I'm going to be giving advice to my incoming freshmen. I've been getting this video recommendation a lot because a lot of 8th graders are not going to high school, so I'm going to be doing that for you today. Also, do not mind how shiny I am. The sun is about to go down and I was just outside. So as many of you know, I was a freshman. I'm going to be a sophomore now. School just ended. I'm 15. I'm going to be 16. I'm going to be a sophomore. I go to Richfield High School. That's probably too much information now, but let's get to the video. I'm going to start by saying, 1, stay organized. If you stay organized, keep all your paper and assignments and everything down where you know it's at so you won't lose any assignments, any forms, or any of that. Staying organized is one of the most important things to do throughout high school because that way you won't lose track of anything that you might need for any class. An example of me staying organized is my binder. I keep all of my forms like where they're supposed to be at. I always kept it organized in certain files, in certain categories. I always colorize things. For example, I would say like science is purple, so I kept everything from science in the purple one. Number 2, I would say keep a planner. This is my planner. I always like put down all of my basketball games, like when I have tests, when I can redo my tests, when assignments are due. I always kept it in my trusty dusty planner. And I know sometimes it can be frustrating to like remember to write down every single thing, but as soon as you hear a teacher say, oh, this is due on this day, you just get your planner out right when it's due and just make sure that you're informed of when the dates are due and necessary. I also want you guys to know that you should be careful with who you trust, who you make your friend, because when you enter in high school, you might have all these friends that you've always known, but during high school, this is when true colors come out. People will always flip. And it's better to just focus on what you need to do in order to graduate, focus on what you need to accomplish instead of worrying about other people's negativities, other people's drama, beef. I recommend for you to not be involved into any of that. I'm like very antisocial when it comes to me going to school. Like I barely have friends. I don't have any school friends. So I just go to school, do what I'm supposed to do, come back and do my work and just make sure everything is cool. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have friends. I'm just saying that you should be careful with who you are friends with because it can always turn bad. It can always be negative. It can always affect your work and affect what's needed to be done. So you should just be careful. Take notes. Just bring out your pencil, bring out some paper. Whenever you start a new unit, whenever you're about to take a test on something, make sure that you highlight what's important, make some notes so you can know what you need to know, and prepare yourself for upcoming quizzes and tests. Some teachers are nice and they'll let you use notes on the quiz, so it'll just be easy to just get that done right quick since you already have the notes and the answers for it. When you have notes written down, you will just be ahead of the game. Like you will know what's going on. Whenever you're confused about something, you can always just look back at your notes, read through it, and make sure it's good. You should always ask questions whenever you're confused about anything, even if it's little. No matter how weird you think the question is, it's always good to ask and make sure that you get the idea of what you have to do. No matter how dumb you think your question is, you should always ask because you might as well get to know what you need to do in order to succeed instead of worrying about other people laughing at you. I'm pretty sure your teacher will never laugh at you for a question. Whenever you're confused about anything, just get that out the way so you know what to do and you won't be lost in the future. A lot of people have also asked me about driver's ed and when you get your license and when all of that comes into place. So basically, you have to be 15 to get your permit. Like you have to have had all your driver's ed classes complete, which is about $400. So once you finish all those 30 hours of class, then you do your knowledge test, which is your permit test. Once you pass that, then you get your permit for about 6 months. And then when you turn 16, that's when you get your license. You take your driver's test. You don't have to do that because you can wait until you're 18 and not have to pay for the driver's ed classes and just get your license when you're 18, which is what a lot of people do. But if you want to just get a head start, then you might as well get it when you're 16. I'm going to get my license this year. Once I take my permit test, I just finished driver's ed. I got my blue card. So when it comes to high school relationships, I don't even want to speak too much on this because I'm still figuring it out myself. You just have to be careful with who you trust with yourself, your own body. Like you have to be careful that you're not messing with somebody that's just using you, somebody that only wants one thing from you. You have to really be careful with who you trust, who you hang with, who you talk to, who you fall for. I would just say try your best not to get attached to anybody, because if you get heartbroken during high school, that will really mess you up. Who knows, it might cause you to have a nice glow up, but I'd rather have you guys focus on what's important instead of like other alterations. That's really all the advice I can really think of from the top of my head, but I will now be answering questions that I got on a TikTok. Also, the sun is really like in my face, so we're just gonna have to ignore it right quick. First question is, how do people treat you the first day? Honestly, high school, like the first day, it's not as scary as you would think it is. Yeah, it's like nerve-wracking to like walk into this huge building, not knowing where your classes are at, not knowing anybody, not knowing your teachers. It's easier when you like already know the place and know some people. People are actually very nice. Like my first day of high school, when I walked in, they just gave me my schedule and I had to find out where my classes were. Teachers will always be outside their rooms, like making sure everybody gets to where they need to get to. They'll like be less strict on the passing time rule because a lot of people get lost. So everybody's super welcoming, everybody's super nice. After a while, you'll get used to where everything is at and what people are gonna be where and how you can receive help and all of that. So everything will be okay on your first day. Is there drama? Really, that just depends on the type of people that you hang around with. So if you have very toxic friends, then yes, there will be drama. There will be so much beef. It'll get to you. That's why you need to make sure that you're not coming into high school with toxic friends. Make sure that, again, you trust the people that you welcome into your life. I had to move to my bed because that sun was really bothering me. But the next question is, are you popular or quiet? So this is a personal question to me. I don't really know how to explain what I am. It's not like high school really splits up by, oh, the band kids and the nerds. Like, that's a high school movie doesn't really explain high school. I don't have school friends. I'll go around the hallways and just get to my next class. I'll have my headphones in. I'm very quiet. I'm also kind of known though because of my TikTok and like my social media status. So if you ever like try to talk about me, it's like, oh, Romina from TikTok, or oh, Romina social media. Like that's kind of what I'm known for, but I don't talk to people. So I'm kind of like, I wouldn't call myself popular, but I just can't explain the type of high school kid that I am. Dress code, that depends on what school you go to. I go to a public school, so I can wear whatever I want. They don't really allow too many, I mean, they allow ripped jeans, but like not too ripped that shows a little too much, you know. Shorts can't be super short. They have to be like, I don't really know, but you can't like really wear spaghetti straps or things that are just too exclusive, you know. Is high school really as hard as people say it is? Honestly, that just depends on what type of student you are. As long as you stay up to date on all of your homework assignments, on all of your tests, your quizzes. So as long as you do what you're supposed to do, high school will not be super hard for you as long as you stay on track. Like you cannot fall behind. If you fall behind, high school will be hard for you. You'll have to make sure that you get all past assignments due at the same time as you do the new assignments. You have to keep up to date on everything that you're doing. You just really have to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do. That's why I said keep a planner, because if you know when everything is due, when you need to finish things, it'll be a lot easier for you to get things done. You just have to do the work. Is there a lot of homework? Personally, I don't really get a lot of homework. You can always finish school assignments or any of that while you're at school. That's the type of person I am. Like, I'll have study hall, so I just finish everything that I need to do at home. I'll just do it there. So I don't really get a lot of homework, but that really just depends on the classes that you take, the teachers that you have, and what you do yourself. Will they let you on sports teams? As a freshman, yes, you will be let into freshman teams. I don't know if this goes for every school, but if you're a freshman, they will automatically let you on any sports team that you try out for. Like if you put in your best effort and put in the work to be on the team and let the coaches know that you're really about that life, you will get on the team as long as you just try your best. They will have you let you try out the sport, see if you're good at it, see if you can get good at it, see if you like it and enjoy it and want to play on it for your next upcoming years of high school. They will let you as long as you try your best, and that goes for anything. I feel like if there's a sport out there that you really just want to try and that you feel like you would be good at, you should definitely, like, honestly, just try out. You never know how it could go. You never know if you're good at it, if you should work on it, how good you can be if you actually try. I always feel like you should take those opportunities because they could always bring a lot to the table. I feel like it's really cool to be in sports because you meet a lot of new people. You can go to practice, get in shape, you can work out. Field trips, you can go to a game together. It's really dope, the opportunities that they bring when you actually try. Was the first day hard or easy? That's another question that really just depends on where you go. I go to Richfield. My first day was super easy. A lot of the teachers were nice. We were just like getting to know the building, getting to know where your classes are at, what you're gonna learn in each class. Basically, for most of my classes, literally the first whole week, we just wrote name tags. I decorated my name tag. Romina Santos, 9th grade, freshman, Richfield High School. It's not that hard. Like, honestly, the first couple days, the first week, you will just be getting to know the people, the students, teachers, like the whole building. There's gonna be like assemblies to like teach you guys what there is to know, what there's needed to know. Another piece of advice that I'm gonna tell you guys, in the beginning of the year, I basically posted on my Snapchat, like, if you're an incoming freshman that's going to Richfield High School, sign up so I can put you in a group chat. I basically made a group chat for a bunch of freshmen, so when we have classes together, we can just like text the group chat and say, is there homework for this day? When is the homework due? What do you do on this project? I'm kind of confused. And then people will just help you out if they know what there needs to be done. So I feel like group chats are kind of helpful. What do you do about rumors? That is a very good question. I've gone through so many rumors already and I'm only a freshman. There's been rumors about me. I'm not even gonna repeat the rumors. All you can really do is ignore them. You just can't let it get to you, because if you let rumors affect the way you feel about yourself or about anything, it's just gonna mess you up mentally. So I rather you, if you know that the rumor is not true, just ignore it. Like, what is there to say? Honestly, what is there to do? You can't really do anything about it. People will always talk. But just remember that in 5 years, you won't even know these people. You're not gonna know what the rumor even was. You're gonna be okay. So just think about the future and think about how you can't let it affect you. Do you get lost around the school? Honestly, the first couple of days, I'm pretty sure you will, but really it just depends on the size of your high school. The first week is for you to get to know the building. After you get used to where your classes are at and where everything else is around the school, then you'll pretty much know your way around it, so you won't get lost in the upcoming month or anything like that. Is it harder than middle school? I would definitely say yes. In middle school, nothing ever really mattered. It was just about getting you prepared for high school. There's not going to be as much slacking as you did in middle school. If you get your grade down, you have to come back to it, because if you don't get it back on track in high school, it will decrease your GPA, and you rather be on the good side of things. You will get a lot more homework. The units are going to be a little more harsher. The work is going to get harder, but that's just what happens over time. If you're good at math, man, share some of that. Share some of that, because I suck at math. I suck at math. If you are bad at a subject like that, you just have to like study your off, because if you fall behind, like I said, you will have a really hard time getting back to where you need to be at. It's pretty easy if you do what you're supposed to do. Alright, you guys, that's about it for the video. If you have any more questions, please feel free to DM me. I will get to you as soon as possible. You can also ask questions in the comments, leave video recommendations. I will respond. I will like your comments. I will make sure to read through all of them. Thank you so much for watching. If you need anything else, let me know. Feel free to like, subscribe, thumbs up it, already know, do all of that. Thank you for almost 10.6K subscribers. That's a lot. Just let me know what else you want to see, and I will be sure to please y'all. Thank you for watching.